What is up, everybody? The Hunter GT, and we are finally here with the Ace 400 review and feature rundown. Here it is on camera in all of its yellow and black glory. Have the box out here as well. I always like to take a look at that. And I have the accessories that came in the box, along with the coil cover that is already on the coil. So what do we have here with the Garrett Ace 400? We have advanced target ID and audio that helps you dig less trash and find more treasure. I'm kinda on the fence on that claim. Powerful 8x5 by 11 inch DD search coil, digital target ID from 0 to 99, iron audio, iron identification feature, adjustable frequency, there are 4 of them, electronic pinpointing, and headphones included. So 3 accessories included in this box. And those accessories are the Garrett Clear Sound Easy Stow headphones. You can find these on Amazon for about $25. And then this cool, I guess it's not waterproof, I don't know if it is, to be honest. Weatherproof, let's say, I don't know, obviously it won't let you put the detector underwater, that's not what they're claiming here, but rainproof, dustproof, windproof, all that good stuff so you don't scratch your detector up. Pretty cool. You can find these for about 10 bucks, 15 bucks online. So already we're at, about $40 worth of accessories here. And then you have this cool coil cover that once you put it on, boy, it feels like it's going to break if you try to take it off. Me and my wife had to put it on together. I was struggling to put it on by myself. I was like, man, you got to come over here and grab this end and snap it on down here. Both of them, even on the smaller coil here, the 8x5, the coil covers were quite, I won't say difficult, but they were a chore to put on, definitely. So, alright, so what are we at with the coil cover? That's another 10 bucks. So you're looking at like $50 almost worth of accessories included in the box, which puts the detector at $330 on Amazon, $339, so $340. You take away the $50 worth of accessories and you're looking at about $290 for the detector itself. I don't know if they're ever going to sell it without the other stuff and just by itself, maybe. I think that'd be a smart move to knock $50 off and just sell it by itself. But who knows what Garrett's going to do with that. So let's flip the box around here. Here are the specifications. So 0 to 99 target ID scale, 12 target ID cursor segments, iron discrimination segments 4, notch discrimination yes, search modes 5 plus the pinpoint, sensitivity, depth adjustments 8, electronic pinpointing yes. This detector, the Ace 400, runs at 10 kilohertz frequency. 4 of those are adjustable. You can go from F1, 2, 3, 4. I'll show you that on the faceplate. And audio tone ID levels 3 with pulse width modulation audio. Standard search coil is the 8.5 times 11, the DD Pro Performance coil. Adjustable length of 42 inches all the way up to 51, so you tall guys can use it. Total weight 2.9 pounds. Batteries, 4 AA batteries. The warranty is 2-year limited parts and labor. And then it goes over more of the stuff that we've already covered here. And we'll check out the back. It just goes over the display here and shows you everything you get. The adjustable padded armrest, positive action raised push button controls. I actually love the buttons on this machine. They're really great. Large, easy to read LCD screen. I don't know if I buy that either. Even if it is an improvement over the last series of the Ace series, I don't know if I buy that it's easy to read and large. Yeah, here's some more of the features, just kind of running it over with my camera. You can read those, pause the video if you want, cam locks for added stability. So I always like to show off the boxes. I think the boxes are cool. I don't know why. I like them. But anyways, here it is. So as you can see, the armrest is a little bit shorter. This is my one big complaint on this. We're going to start at one end and go work our way down. The armrest on this thing is quite short. So when I grab it, I'm 6 feet. When I grab it, it sits about mid-forearm on me. My elbow's way back here. on, and I measured it here, you're going to see it's 7 inches from the foam right to the middle of the forearm here. The Land Ranger Pro and even the Fisher Goldbug, they sit out here at about 10 inches. So you move this thing back here, and it sits back towards my elbow a little bit better, and I much prefer that, the longer distance like that. I think it makes it more stable. My first thing when I picked this machine up, put it together, picked it up, I said, wow, it's really nose heavy with this larger coil. So one complaint that I do want to get away right away, and it's in the furthest position back, you can adjust it with the screw, move it forward this way towards the, and that would make it even worse. So my biggest complaint with this big coil and the arm cup that I want to get away with right away is that this detector feels really nose heavy compared to the Land Ranger Pro or any other detector that I've held. I mean, not like the big Mind Labs or anything like that, of course, but for like the Bounty Hunters or the Fisher series, you know, Technetics, even some of the Tesoros that I've held in my hand, this one is quite nose heavy, don't really care for that. So let's take a look at the display. I love the raised push buttons here, big fan of that. My other detector that I usually use, the Land Ranger Pro, and even on my wife's Goldbug, they have those membrane switches. Not a big fan of those. I definitely prefer these switches or these buttons here. Really like the tactile feel of them. Really nice. So let's look at the display here. So what do we have? On the left-hand side, you're going to see the modes: zero disc, jewelry, custom, relics, coins. So let's go ahead and turn it on here. Turn it on with this. You see the little power button here on the bottom left. So there we go, the detector's on. I got it sensitivity 0 because listen, you get quite a bit of chatter indoors. Even today after the storms pass, it's still a little chattery, so I'm gonna bump it all the way down, do all my air testing and all that good stuff outside. So real quick, we're just gonna run over the features. Not a whole lot to this detector. You know, it's definitely geared toward the beginner / intermediate type, beginner intermediate user. So we turn it on right here with the power button, hit that one more time, and that is your iron audio. You see there the little iron audio with the line going to it, and you see iron audio come up on the large, easy to read LCD, right? So no, it's pretty small. So you're gonna have to learn the face and learn where everything is here. So iron audio right there, so we hit it again. There we go, and you see iron audio is gone. Alright, so let's start with the modes. You can see this little outline there on zero disc, and as I hit mode, it runs down to jewelry, custom, relics, and coins. And you notice the squares disappearing and reappearing right here. That line, that bottom row, is going to be what is notched in or out. Okay, so those are 8 wide basically. So there's 12 of these squares across the 0 to 99 range, and you see where it starts iron, 10, then you got 25, 40, 60, 75, 90, and then it's going to show you the little symbols here. You got a 1 cent, 10 cent, 25 cent, and it says silver up top, and then your gold range obviously in the middle where it says rings and gold and foil up there. Let's zoom in here. Hopefully it'll, see if it'll focus. There you go. So there you see the range and where everything's going to lie. So you can see where 5 cents is. You see the little square right underneath it there. Well, each of those squares, since it's a 0 to 99 ID on it, each of those squares are going to be 8 wide, 8.25 if you want to go up to, divide 12 by 100, 8.25. So each one of those squares are 8 wide, and that's pretty much how you notch stuff in and out, or how each mode notches stuff in and out. So if it's there, it is picking it up. You see how these 2 squares are gone? It is not picking up that range where that pull tab shows up there, okay? And then it's picking up the zinc range, the 1 cent, 10 cent, 25, the dollar, the 50 cent range. So pretty easy to tell what it's picking up, what range you're in, and for each mode. So zero disc, all of them are lit up. You have zero discrimination. It's going to pick up everything, even iron. In jewelry mode, you can see it goes to about 30 or so, all the way up to 99. And in custom, it just pretty much goes with the coin mode there. Relics, it just notches out iron, discriminates out iron, and everything else is notched in. And coins, you're getting 5 cent, 1 cent. Not, I guess zinc is kind of, you know, copper and 10 cent ring up the same on this machine. You're gonna ring up as an 84. Copper, penny, and dime, almost every machine's like that. So it's kind of confusing why they put 1 cent over here. If that's your zinc range, if they're calling that zinc, I don't know why they would notch this one more over here and pick up that junk. So kind of confusing. I'm not too sure on that. But anyways, now if you want to, you can even in coin mode in any of them, even in custom relics jewelry, you can change it by, go to discrim. Now you see the top bar here, I can move it left and right with the discrim button. And then with the check mark X button right here, I just hit it and you see how it disappears. So now it's notched out, basically. So that's how the notch works, really easy. Pinpoint button is your little target ID right here on the bottom. You hit that and you see where it says pinpoint, and you're gonna see the bar here is gonna go all the way up as soon as you're pinpointed. Boy, I'm real shaky, sorry about the shaky camera here. The bar is going to go all the way up. I'll show you more outside on how to use that over a coin. So that's the pinpoint button there, and it shows you the depth display here on the right hand side for 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches. You have your battery symbol bottom left here, and right here is your sensitivity grid, which goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can see there, full sensitivity, it goes bonkers indoors. So, all right, so that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. I'll show you iron audio outside, I'll show you pinpointing outside, and let's go over frequency adjust. See if I can do this with one hand here. You see how it says frequency ADJ, that's frequency adjustment. If you're having chatter with another series, another A series, or any other detector, I guess, you can adjust 4 different frequencies. It's going to stay 10 kilohertz obviously, but you can hold that. So you hold down this button that says frequency adjust, and then when you hit plus or minus here, it's going to change F1, F2, F3. Let's see if we can get it to work. I'll show you. So there's F4, there's F1, F2, F3, F4. Okay, so I found F4 deals with the EMI that you're going to get indoors or from an electrical storm, like I showed you in that little last 2-minute video. I mean, it was bonkers with that electrical storm over the house. My Land Ranger Pro as well was just going nuts at full sensitivity. Both of them quiet down at about 50%, but it was, never really seen a detector do that in a lightning storm, so that was a first for me. It was pretty crazy. Never used the detector in a lightning storm, first of all, so I guess that's why. But anyways, that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. So it's a pretty simple detector to use. You know, you got your preset modes here. If you're a beginner, you just pop it into one of these modes here. Coins, let's say. If you want to go shoot coins, you want to go hit jewelry, well, it's going to get rid of all the small foil and the iron stuff, and you're going to dig everything else in the larger foil range. And you know, you're going to dig everything if you're a jewelry guy. Custom, you can set it however you want. It's kind of weird that they have custom mode though, because with custom, I mean, and you can change the tone a little bit if you're using the iron audio on, but with the custom mode it seems kind of weird because you can adjust the other modes as well. So everything's kind of custom on this if you get down to it. Relic modes, you know, everything's notched in up there past iron, so if you want to customize that, you can just notch stuff in and out as you like with the check mark and X there, and you're good to go. So pretty easy detector to use. You know, you just bust out one of these normal modes here, preset modes if you're a beginner, and if you're an intermediate user, you can adjust it however you want and go into that. So read the manual. There's a little bit of fine stuff I can't really put on video, you know, little tips and tricks here in the manual that you can do to play with the tones and whatnot. I don't want to make this into a 2-hour, 2-part video like the Land Ranger Pro that's just feature loaded and took a 2-part video really. So 11 by 11 by 8.5 coil. And the smaller, this one did not come with it. I'm not going to air test this today. Check out the next video where I compared against the Land Ranger Pro, and you'll see me break out the small coil. This is an 8 by 5.5, which is a great coil. I love it. I think it's better than this large coil, actually. It fixes the nose heavy issue that I'm not a fan of, and it really, it's a great little coil. I really like it. So this big coil, it's a great coil as well. It's really well built. I mean, it's a sturdy coil. I'm not going to say heavy, but it is nose heavy on this machine. On any other machine, you know, like a White's where you have 8 batteries in the back of the arm cuff or something, you know, it's probably going to balance out a little more and put more stress on your shoulder than your elbow like this one. So I'm a 6-foot guy, you know, pretty big guy, and this machine is definitely nose heavy with this larger coil. So check out getting that small coil. Check that out in the next video. We'll review that as well. So enough babbling, I guess. I've pretty much gone over everything. No ground balance on this machine. That is something to note. There is no ground balance on this machine. It is just set, and that's what you get. But you know, in this price range, not too many detectors have a manual ground balance. The Land Ranger Pro that we're pitting it up against in the next video, they're pretty much same price range, especially if you take away these accessories. You're looking at the same price for the detectors. So that one does have manual ground balance. That one also has adjustable audio volume. This one does not. The headphones do. So if you're using these Garrett headphones, yes, you have adjustable volume. But if you're just using the speaker, you are out of luck. There is no way to adjust that volume, at least that I saw. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, and I will put up a little notation saying, whoa, I am totally wrong. But what you see is, or what you hear is what you get on the volume. So no manual ground balance, no volume adjustment, a little bit nose heavy. Those are my 3 negatives right there, my big negatives. A lot of people hate the bell tone that this thing gives. I've actually grown to like it. I don't really think it's that bad, so the more hours I put into it, that's one thing I'll say about this detector. The more hours I put into this detector, the more I like it. You know, if I had to grab this or the Land Ranger Pro off the wall as of right now, I'm grabbing this almost every single time, just for the fact that it's a new toy and it's something new to play with. But especially with this 8 by 5.5 coil, the small coil, oh man, I really like it. I really had a lot of fun with it at that park yesterday, and I don't know, I really like that coil. So there it is in a nutshell. It's a pretty cool setup here, guys. The cool dust cover, rain cover, the headphones, comes with a pretty nice manual here. A lot of info in here that I cannot cover in the video. I mean, I can't just read it word for word. There's stuff I'm missing here, guys. So read your manual if you buy this detector. And if you have the money to spend, you can't afford the AT Pro, and you got 400 or so to spend, you know, 350 roughly. I think, you know, at this point it's a good detector to buy. I really like it. So I think you can't go wrong. We'll see a little more nitpicking pros and cons of this and the Land Ranger Pro both in the comparison video. I'll really build them both up and tear them down in that video. But for this one, I just want to keep it nice and non-biased. I think if you have $340 to spend, you cannot go wrong buying this detector. So that's that on how to run it, how to turn it on, the features of it. You know, let's run up here. It does have these cam locks. It's a 3-part system with these little button screws. This rod actually connects or collapses into this one, which I really like. You throw it in a backpack, you know, strap it on your back, take off on your bike and go detect. Really like that about it. So it is pretty cool. I don't have a lot of complaints other than nose heavy, no ground balance, no volume adjustment. Other than that, here's the 1/4-inch headphone jack there on the back, and it does take a normal 5-pin XLR microphone type screw-in coil there. All right, 4 AA batteries right in the back. Let's see if I can pull it down here one-handed. So pretty easy. As you can see, there's 4 AA, I almost said AAA, 4 AA batteries, and you just open that and slide it. Look at that, one-handed. So really easy, really well built. I really like the feel of it, the quality. I really like the buttons. Everything about it really feels solid. That is one thing about this detector. It feels really solid. Yes, it is made of plastic. Yes, it's got a foam grip and, you know, a little Velcro stuff here and there. It's not titanium or anything, but it feels really good. I really like it. So the more I use it, the more I like it. So far, so good. All right, guys, let's get it out into the garage and do some air testing. I can't run at full sensitivity inside the house, even with that storm gone. The Wi-Fi, the computers. Check out the wife over there. Let's zoom in real quick. Look at the Huntress.
Don't be looking.
Don't be looking. She's playing Battlefield 4 over there on her computer. She's hardcore, guys. I'm telling you, she is addicted to this Battlefield 4 stuff. So you ever see the TheHunterGT on Origin or Battlefield 4, join her in a server and talk some crap and make sure you stab her in the back. So, yeah, boom. Alright, guys, let's get to some air testing. Let's get to some Monty's nail board testing, and let's take it outside of my rad, awesome Colorado dirt that is full of iron and lead and see what this thing can truly do as far as depth goes, or if the air tests that are coming up are going to be like the Land Ranger Pro and totally fall off. We shall see. Alright, guys, here we are in air testing, and we have it maxed out, full sense. You can hear it chatter a little bit. It's a little bit chattery still, but in my garage I can max it out. You hear a little beep here and there, so hopefully it stays stable here. We got our usual suspects: quarter, dime, nickel, copper, zinc, silver ring, gold ring, and the little BB. So let's start it off small, because this is something I was surprised and impressed with, this little BB here. So watch this. We're at 3 inches. 4 inches. Nothing at 4. 3 inches on a little BB. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, gold ring. We're going to start backwards today. I usually start with the coins. We're going backwards. So, gold ring. Wow. So pretty good. We're looking at 10 and a half. 10 and a half before it cuts off. Not bad, not bad. Silver ring, and that's a 10K small women's gold wedding band there. Silver ring here. We're getting that bell tone at like a foot before it starts to cut off. Zinc penny, so that's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Zinc penny. So bell toned about 10 and a half. 11, it starts to really break up. And then it still hits it every once in a while at a foot. So I'm pretty impressed with these air tests. Actually, I messed around with it, you know, for quite a few hours with some air tests, and I'm pretty impressed with how far this thing works on an air test. So we'll see how well it gets in the backyard, though, in my terrible soil. That will be the true marker, of course. So here's the copper. Good bell tone all the way to 10 inches, and then getting hit or miss out at 11. Doesn't quite. So the zinc and the rings really go nice and far. It loves the gold range, it appears, and the nickel. So getting a signal clear out to 11 and a half, starts to cut off at a foot. And the dime. About 9 and a half it looks like. And starts to cut off at 10. And the big boy, the quarter. about 11 inches on that one. Cuts off. Good hits all the way up to 11. So, pretty decent. Maxed out, full sensitivity if you can run it. It does not deal with EMI spectacularly. I've noticed that. Especially with that storm last night, boy, it went nuts. As you can tell in that last little 2-minute video I did. But my Land Ranger Pro, in all fairness, my Land Ranger Pro was going pretty crazy too. But I could run it like up to 6 or 7. On this one I had to bump it like all the way down to 50% right at. So it doesn't really handle EMI great. My Land Ranger Pro doesn't either as far as last night went. Indoors, my Land Ranger Pro handles it great. The Wi-Fi, all that stuff. Right now it's not chattering at all. I take this indoors, it's still pretty chattery. So Wi-Fi, indoor stuff, you know, and you're not detecting indoors. I'm just saying. EMI, it may or may not handle it. I adjusted all the frequencies. I found F4 to be by far the best. Doesn't appear to have suffer in depth or anything like that. So pretty good. Pretty good. So pretty happy with the machine so far. These air tests are pretty nice. Let's bust out Monty's nail board test and check out some recovery speed, some unmasking, and some cool stuff like that. All right. Alright, so one thing I want to go over is some IDs as well for everybody. So here's the quarter, and it should ring up usually as an 88 is what I would dig. So as you can see, 88, 89. Let's see if we can get it to focus in here. There we go. So quarter. 89. Alright, dime. $84. Nickel. As you can see, nickels travel all over the place. So nickels are 40 range. I like to say about 40. Yeah, I mean they just travel all over. I don't know what to say. So as you can see, nickels travel. I'd say like a 44, 45, something like that. Penny. $84 on the copper. $78, $79 on the zinc if I get down on it here. Copper again. And that's what right up on the nickel. I mean, I'm right off the ground here on the nickel here. Let's see. It's when it hits the outer parts of the coil, it seems, is when it really jumps. So yeah, 44, 45 on a nickel, but as you can see, it jumps around quite a bit more than the other coins do. So that is the IDs, and let's pop it together here and check out some recovery speed. Alright, so there we have 4 of them. Let's see. Very fast recovery speed, as you can see. So wonderful on the recovery speed. Big fan of that. So let's pop down Monty's nails here. These aren't Monty's nails, these are my nails, but He created this test after digging an Indian head penny in similar conditions. That is how the story goes. Here is the copper penny. We are in 0 disc. We will go down to custom, and we will notch everything in above iron. I guess it could have just gone to relic mode, I guess, but we'll notch that one out as well. So let's see, how are these nails sounding? Well, they are still coming in, so I'll just screw them out one more. There they go. Now they're gone. Alright, and the copper penny should still come in, and it does. And let's pop it right in the middle and see what we get here. See if the ID, you know, I haven't seen a machine handle ID wise that it's so copper penny, but tone wise they usually all do pretty good. So let's see, sweep 1. So as you can see, the ID is in the 30s. Just barely at the point to where it's notched out. Iron is notched out. So iron goes up to 33, I want to say, according to the manual. Read your manual just to double check. Might goof on some information. Like I said, I can't cover everything here, guys. So we're notched 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, I want to say. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars are out to get rid of the iron nails, and the 5th bar that starts at 30 something, maybe 30, maybe it might be just right at 30. Alright, so pass 2, let's try pass 2. Let's move this nickel out of the way. I want to make sure we're not getting any. Yeah, that might have been the nickel. Alright, so pass 2, nothing. Alright, pass 3. It tried. I heard a couple bell tones and saw an 83, 84 there, so it's trying. And if you just shut your eyes and dig sound, then, you know, yeah, you're definitely going to hear it. So at a relic site with it dissed up past iron, yeah, it's going to find a target. It's not going to read the ID properly, but it is going to hear the target, and no problem with pass 4. So pretty good other than pass 2. Pass 2 a lot of detectors don't have a lot of fun with. So real quick, just so a lot of people say, put it on slot 2, put it on number 2. So there's number 2. Let's go over them real quick. Here's pass 1. Oh, let me get the coil flat there. Pass 1. Right up on it. I mean, but anything, as soon as I raise it even a little bit, doesn't like that. Pass 2. Doesn't like that. Pass 3 should hit this. And pass 4 should not hit this at all. Yep. Alright, so that is that. Pretty similar to the Land Ranger Pro on this test, where it will hit it, but the ID is just way skewed, and you know, what do you expect? Even the high dollar detectors aren't going to read it as a penny. You're just going to get the tone. Just like a Tesoro. You're not even getting an ID on the Tesoro, you're just getting the tone. So if you want to play that game where it's just the tone, this detector passes this Monty's nailboard test in most directions, no problem. Same with the Land Ranger Pro, even with the larger coil. So, as you can see, nice recovery speed, pretty decent on the unmasking, tone-wise, not ID-wise, but what can you expect? So, let's go ahead and take it out into the soil to see if we can match those great air test numbers that we saw here. And that about does it for the indoor stuff. Let's go outside. One more important thing before we go back outside, or go outside, the iron audio feature. I'm going to do that in here, and then I'm going to do it outside where it's crazy iron everywhere. So iron audio. Okay, so this bottle cap, here we have a Bud Light bottle cap right here at the end of my foot. Over here's the dime. The dime reads up 84. Let's turn iron audio off. So 84. Bottle cap reads up 85. 84, 85. So you very well may dig that bottle cap. Dimes, you know, they jump around 84, 85, 83 sometimes in the dirt. They get a little bit jumpy, not as bad as the nickel, but any machine, you know, it'll lock on pretty good at an 84. But as you saw here, this was hitting 84s as well. So you may think, that's a dime, right? So in mild soil, or even an air test like this, I think this is a pretty cool feature. I'm going to show you why it's I don't want to say worthless, I guess that's harsh, but not the greatest feature in my soil when we go outside here. So here's the dime with iron audio on. Sounds nice, right? Here's the bottle cap with iron audio on. I want you to listen for this little grunty low tones. You hear that? So you can hear that scratchy low tone, and that tells you that this is most likely a bottle cap, and this target does not have that scratchy low tone, so this target is most likely a coin. All right, so that's how iron audio works in a nutshell. It is what it is. So you get that. You hear it? That's your iron audio. All right, you don't get that over here. Look, right at the tip, right at the tip. Now watch. Alright, so that's iron audio. That's how that works. The ID can fool you sometimes, but the audio will not. But let's go listen to that outside. I'll show you that as well. And real quick, let's check pinpointing out. I might as well do it in here. So you have this pinpoint button right here on bottom, and watch the row here, and watch the coin depth. Let's see if I can get it to focus in there. Come on, baby. Alright, watch it as I get close up to the dime here. So I'm kind of far away. See that meter, how it gets... Oh, now I'm right over it. There we go. So when I'm right over it, it's not really working since it's a surface dime. There it goes. See the meter? So when I'm back away, I get closer, and I'm right over it, so... So right over it, it's basically going to be hidden right underneath the pole. Basically where that first hole is, directly north of the pole, right underneath it on this coil, I found it to be, sometimes they're way up high on that little triangle hole up top, sometimes the target's down here. So not perfect on pinpointing, but 95% of the time it's going to be roughly right in that first hole or directly underneath the coil shaft there when you're pinpointing. So it is pretty decent on the pinpointing. Alright, so that is that. Let's head outside. I just wanted to show off that iron audio and the pinpointing feature real quick, and you know, then you get your, as you lower or raise the coil, you get it to 2, 4. You saw how that raised up and down. We'll do it one more time real quick. See how it starts at 8, as I lower it, it went down to 2 inches. Alright, so that's how that works in a nutshell, I guess. Alright, let's head outside and get to the true depth test in the dirt. Alright guys, so real quick before we get to the depth test, iron audio outside. So here it is, just normal. I'm out hunting for coins. And you hear the ghost signals, kind of how if I go back and forth, nothing there. It's not a target, and I'll show you why it's not a target here in a second. So that's iron audio off. Now let's turn it on in my soil. So, as you can see, there's no way you're going to hunt with that. Put a bottle cap right here, or a quarter, and yeah, it's going to sound like a bottle cap, or, you know, a dime. Put a dime right there, it's going to sound like that bottle cap and ring up as an 84, and you're going to walk right over it. You're going to walk over everything if you leave it on that. So, iron audio for me, not really the greatest feature in my terrible soil, you know, here in eastern Colorado. So take that for what it's worth. Let's go ahead and get those coins buried at 4 inches and start it off and see what the Ace 400 can do. Alright, here we are, max sensitivity, as you can see, hopefully, coin mode. So it is going to pick up all these targets. Listen to the iron audio here. So, pretty terrible spot, pretty terrible soil all over my yard here, all over Colorado here. Alright, so here we go on the 4-inch dime. And it is not touching that 4-inch dime right there. There it goes that way. Nice number too that way. Pinpoint it. 4 inches. You can see it 4 inches there. Doesn't like it at that angle for some reason, and it's really flat. Right there, it's all over the place. So if you hit it the right angle, you're going to hit it. If not, 4 inches gives you trouble. Just like the Land Ranger Pro, 4-inch dime will give a machine trouble. So here is the nickel. Let's kind of flatten the mound. I don't want a mound or anything, so we'll make sure it's flat. Just drew a circle around it to make sure I knew where it was. So we are not getting a 4-inch nickel in my soil. Alright, let's try different angles. And we're not getting anything as we walk around that circle. So we're going to call that a no on the 4-inch nickel and a 4-inch quarter. It does not like that 4-inch quarter. It's pinpointing it at 2 inches. Let's see if we change to 0 dis what we get. It just can't handle the low iron. There's no target there. It just can't handle the iron content. That's weird that it'll hit the dime and not the quarter. Sensitivity, let's try mode. Let's go back to coin mode here. Well, that is disconcerting. Let's kick off a little. Give it an inch better there, ½ inch. Yeah, still nothing. It's right there. It's hitting just real low. Nothing on the nickel. The dime will show up every once in a while, depending on the angle. And just to prove I'm not cheating anybody here, let's go dig up the quarter. Let's turn this machine off. So let's go ahead. Let's go. The quarter is going to be right underneath this little stick somewhere here. I want to say, there we go. There's a soft spot. So let's get the probe pointer out, see if we can find it here. So I'm already hitting it. And you'll see that it's nice and flat once I dig it up. Still right here. Where is it? Still right here, and we are, let's turn it off, turn it sideways. You can see 4 inches is right here, and I'm above, I'm right just about at the line, so to the side there, 4 inches, so the coin should be popping up, and there it is. So as you can see, it was right there. It was still nice and flat, and as you can see, pressed right on top of it, I'm at 4 inches right there, and it did not pick up that quarter. So there's really no point in moving on to 6 inches with this machine like I could with the Land Ranger Pro. So that's a little disconcerting. That is a huge decision maker for me not to sell my Land Ranger Pro and buy this instead. So in my soil, I mean, really, it's going to take a machine like a gold detector like the Gold Bug, a G2 Plus, a GPX 5000, geez. Yeah, so pretty disconcerting. It won't, you know, some people with this Ace 400, I mean, it's not going to have any problems at 8 inches on a quarter. The Land Ranger Pro can hit an 8-inch quarter in some people's videos and soils. So I fully expect that out of the Ace as well. I really fully expect that out of the Ace as well. And well, take it for what it is, guys. It's not hitting a 4-inch nickel. It's not hitting a 4-inch quarter. And just to prove I'm not BSing anybody here either, let's go ahead and dig up. Here's the soft spot here. So I'm going to dig up the top little bit. And let's grab the Pro Pointer. I'm going to get this all on video here. Oh, see, and it's already out. Yeah, it's already out. Where is it? Yeah, so right here, it's already out of the hole. And you can see there is right there, right above the R on Pro Pointer is the 4-inch marker. So I already dug it out of the hole, and if it's sitting right there, you can see the 4-inch mark is right at the line to where the earth is, the top. Alright, so no on a 4-inch nickel, no on a 4-inch quarter, but every once in a while it's hitting that 4-inch dime that's right there in that little bit of dirt. So we're not even going to move on to the 6-inch test. There's really no point in it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the review of the Ace 400. Do I like this machine? Even though it performs mediocre in my soil, yes, I do like it. I think it's a great machine. I do think it's worth the $339 that you're paying for it. I actually enjoy it quite a bit. I enjoy it as much as my Land Ranger Pro at this point, to be honest. My Land Ranger Pro actually performs a little bit better in my bad soil. To be honest, my Land Ranger Pro definitely outperforms this in my bad soil, but for some reason I see myself grabbing this machine, even for the parks and stuff, the shallow little 2-3 inch pops that I'm used to. It's really a fun little machine. I don't mind the tone. I like actually the black and yellow. I know a lot of people hate it. I wasn't really a fan of it till I saw it, especially with the cover on it. It really looks badass then. But yeah, I like this machine a lot. Does it perform as well as the Land Ranger Pro? No. Does it have as many features? No. You'll see that in the comparison video coming up. I don't even know if I need to do it at this point. I've talked so much about it. But we'll do it anyways real quick. And so that is that, guys. That is the Ace 400. If you have mild or medium soil, I expect this to do quite nicely for you. I think you should pick up the smaller coil. It does pretty nice. We'll see in the next video if it'll hit these targets. The small coil may be able to deal with the mineralization a little better and reach down. We shall see. Alright, well, take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yes, I'm sure I missed something. Leave it in the comment section. Say, Hunter, you forgot about this feature, or you forgot about this. Yes, absolutely, I did. Read the manual 10 times if you buy this machine. If you have $340 burning a hole in your pocket and you're thinking about buying this machine, I would say buy it. If you live near a bunch of gold mines, copper mines, and mineralized soil, look on the USGS surveys, and if your area is just crazy with iron and lead like mine, you might want to save up a couple $100 extra and get something like an AT Gold, AT Pro that might reach down and deal with that a little bit better. Seems like these 300 range machines just can't quite do it, and you know, they shouldn't. Maybe they just shouldn't be able to for that price range. In mild medium soils, they're going down 8 inches, like I said, on quarters. People are finding gold rings at like 6-7 inches, no problem. They'll reach down and do quite well. So I have nothing bad to say about this other than it being nose heavy, no manual ground balance, no volume adjustment other than through headphones. Those are my big negatives. The small coil fixes the nose heavy issue. I like the bell tone. The speaker is pretty loud. I think most people will like the speaker. The arm cuff, I wish it was back another 3 inches like on the Fishers and the Bounty Hunters, but it is what it is. I do give this a thumbs up. Definitely 4.5 out of 5 stars, 8 out of 10. I don't know how to put it. I'm not much of a ratings guy, but yeah, I really enjoy the machine. Thank you to Bo Winkles for lending me this machine from Treasure Net Forums. Bo Winkles is his name. I cannot thank him enough. What an awesome guy. I really appreciate it. I'm going to ship this back to him tomorrow. I'm going to keep it a day extra. He doesn't mind. He's already said he's cool with it, so I'm going to give it back to him tomorrow so that I can squeeze in the Land Ranger Pro comparison video sometime this evening or even tomorrow morning before I ship it back out. I'm getting a little tired of all this filming and all the stress trying to squeeze all this in a single week. So, alright guys, take care. Ace 400 from Garrett, pretty dope. I like it, pretty cool machine, thumbs up. TheHunterGT signing off. I will see you on the next video.